This is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as educational material. Hi, we are the Group 2, and we're gonna report the 6 core claims of globalization by ManfredSteger. Globalization is characterized by economic integration, technological innovation, and cultural exchange. It's often viewed as an inevitable and irreversible force shaping our interconnected world. However, its 6 core claims also highlight challenges such as inequality and cultural erosion, necessitating a nuanced approach to foster a more equitable and sustainable global future.
Globalization is about the liberalization and global integration of markets, meaning a process known as liberalization involves reducing governmental controls and regulation in an economy in exchange for increasing participation from private sectors. Global integration is the process by which specific local markets permit the globe or the global economy to have an impact on a specific local business environment. Furthermore, because of liberalization, many private sector can benefit because they can create more businesses all over the world without worrying about the government. Example, it can allow those people who want to open a business in a free market. The great participation of private entities. The pros of this claim. First pros. It broadens the range of options for anyone looking to conduct businesses in a free market. Healthier products are available at lower price. It generates a restricted flow of money, which promote growth rates. In addition, many people can benefit of this because they have the right to create businesses globally, and many consumers can access the other country resources like food, technology, and etc. And the cons of this claim. The domestic sector is weakened by foreign dependency and the use of the cheap raw resources. As they are forced to compete at the same market as a strong nation, there is a chance that it could be there's a chance that it could put developing countries and their economies at serious risk. The economy is also unstable due to currency movement in international markets, which will have a big effect on it. Moreover, there will be the chance that developing countries will leave behind because of their slow progress. That's all. Thank you.
The pros and cons of liberalization and global integration of markets. It broadens the range of options for anyone looking to conduct business in a free market. A free market offers businesses a broader range of business options and opportunities, fostering competitions and innovation. This encourages entrepreneurs to explore various ventures without regulatory barriers, leading to a dynamic and diverse business environment. Healthier products are available at lower prices. Free markets can boost healthier products availability at lower prices, benefiting consumers through competition. Consumers' choice, cost efficiency, and a restricted flow of money. This encourages businesses to innovate and offer quality products at competitive prices. It generates a restricted flow of money, which promotes growth rates. The restricted flow of money facilitated by central banks contributes to economic stability and growth rates by controlling inflation and enhancing investor confidence. This stable monetary environment boosts investments, job creations, and overall economic growth. However, the effectiveness of these benefits depends on factors like regulatory framework, market competitions, and overall economic policies. Domestic sector weakened by foreign dependency. A developing country's dependence on cheap raw resources from foreign markets can lead to domestic sector suffering and vulnerability to global market fluctuations. This dependency can be exacerbated by competition with stronger nations with advanced technologies, larger production capacities, and established brands. Additionally, dependence on foreign resources exposes developing countries to potential economic exploitation as external suppliers can manipulate prices or alter trade terms. Economic instability due to currency movements. Currency movements in international markets can cause economic volatility and uncertainty, leading to trade imbalances, inflationary pressures, and eroded investors' confidence. These factors can lead to trade deficits, increased import costs, and potential global market exploitation. To mitigate this risk, developing countries should implement strategic policies like economic diversification, currency stabilization measures, and diplomatic efforts, fostering sustainability, economic growth, and reducing foreign dependency on cheap raw resources. Thank you.
The assertion that globalization is inevitable and irreversible is rooted in the idea that advancement in technology, in communication, and transportation have created a deeply interconnected world. These claims suggest that the forces driving globalization, such as technological innovation and economic integration, have become so ingrained in modern society that attempting to reverse the process would be impractical or impossible. Proponents argue that the interdependence fostered by globalization is essential for global progress, economic growth, and addressing shared challenges. So these are the examples that supporting the claims that the globalization is inevitable and irreversible. So these are the global supply chains, information flows, cultural exchange, and technological advancement.
Claim number 3. Nobody's in charge of globalization. The great beauty of globalization is that no one is in control. The great beauty of globalization is that it is not controlled by any individual, any government, any institution. The notion that nobody is in charge of globalization, as articulated by ManfredSteger, suggests that the globalization is a complex and decentralized process without a single overarching authority or entity directing its course. Instead, it involves the interaction and decision of multiple actors, including government, business, organization, and individuals, contributing to the interconnectedness of the global system. In simpler terms, the absence of a central governing body means that globalization is not orchestrated by a single entity. Rather, it emerges from the collective actions, policies, and interactions of various stakeholders. On a global scale, this concept highlights the dynamic and diverse nature of globalization, where influences come from a variety of sources, making it a multifaceted and evolving phenomenon. What's the meaning of nobody is in charge of globalization? So it means there is no single central authority overseeing or controlling the entire process. Instead, globalization emerges from collective actions of various actors, creating a decentralized and interconnected global system. We can freely trade our products and services to other countries without being restricted by other authorities. Stegers explained that globalization doesn't promote a certain agenda of any specific class, in a sense that globalists are not demanding their own agenda on. Two concrete examples: international trade agreements. The negotiation and implementation of trade agreements involve multiple countries and are not governed by a single global authority. Second is social Media platforms. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram operate globally, allowing individuals and organizations to communicate and share information independently. Here are the pros and cons. So let's talk about first the pros. Economic growth. Globalization can stimulate economic growth by facilitating trade, investment, and the flow of capital across borders. Second, access to goods and services. Consumers benefit from a wider variety of goods and services, often at lower prices, due to the increased competition in global markets. So, cons. So, first is income inequality. Globalization can exacerbate income inequality, with wealth often concentrating in certain regions or among specific groups. Second. So, the second is job displacement. Industries facing international competition may lead to job losses in certain sectors, impacting workers and local economies.
Good day everyone, I'm here to talk about the globalization benefits everyone in claim for. So, as we all know, globalization means the speed of movements and exchange of human beings, goods, and service, capital, technologies, all cultural practices all over the world. So why does globalization benefits to everyone? It's because globalization offers various perks like increased trade, access to diverse goods, and technological exchange. And yet, its gains are far from universal. The impact and advantages of globalization vary by country. So here are three few benefits of globalization. And these are: first, the spread of technological and innovation. As we all know, technological advancements reduce costs of transportation and communication across nations and thereby facilitate global sourcing of raw materials and other inputs. And next is access to new cultures. Cultural globalization allows humans living in one part of the world to learn how other people experience life. And the next is increased competition. When a market is competitive, business will have a greater incentive to lower prices and to improve the quality of their products and services and to provide buyers with more options. That's all. Example of globalization. Globalization can be defined as the stretching of economic, political, and social relationships in space and time. A manufacturer assembling the product for a distant market, a country submitting to national law, and a language adapting foreign loanword are all examples of globalization. Next are the cons. One of globalization is the potential of increased income inequality, where certain individuals or regions may not benefit equally from global economic growth. Next is job displacement. In specific industries, due to outsourcing, environmental issues are arising from increased production and transportation, and concerns about cultural homogenization, where local cultures may be overshadowed by global influences.
Globalization furthers the spread of democracy in the world. Globalization is a complex and controversial process. It has changed the world in many ways and has brought several countries together. However, as well as bringing countries together in some ways, it has also driven them apart. One of the most controversial changes it has made is to the political culture of many countries around the world. Democracy comes from the Greek word demokratia, which means rule of the people, and it defines a form of government in which the supreme power is vested in the people and exercised directly by them or by their elected agents under a free electoral system. This form of government, however, has become increasingly popular since the demise of communism in the late 1980s. It is widely regarded that democracy is a cornerstone of human dignity and the good society. A public should shape its own destiny, even if some might doubt the wisdom of certain of democratic decisions taken. A society that is not striving after democracy tends to be a less worthy and also more dangerous place. Globalization has also become an increasingly popular process that countries are opening themselves to. The concept was created in the late 1800s by American entrepreneur Charles Russell, but was only popularized in the 1960s by economists and social scientists. Pro-globalists would argue it is inevitable for countries to open themselves up to globalization. There are too many benefits and the ones that do not become isolated from the rest of the world. So one example is the increase of flow of information and ideas across borders, facilitated by advancement in communication technology and international trade, and also one example is the cell phone product that comes from other countries. So, pros. Globalization promotes the spread of democracy by facilitating access to information, fostering economic development, encouraging
Globalization
cultural
requires war on
exchange,
terror. The
setting
relationship
international
between
standards,
globalization and the war
enabling
on terror
people to
is
people
complex.
connections,
While globalization can
engaging
foster
with global
interconnectedness,
governance
it may also lead to
institutions,
increased geopolitical
contributing to
tensions
conflict
that,
prevention,
in some
and
cases, contribute
leveraging
to
technological
conflicts.
advancements.
The war on terror,
So the cons
initiated
of
after the
globalization
9/11
is
attacks, reflects efforts to
globalization
address
can
terrorism
contribute to the
globally,
spread of
but
democracy.
attributing it solely
It
to
also presents
globalization
challenges,
is an
including the potential
oversimplification.
for economic
Various
inequality,
factors, including political,
cultural
religious, and
homogenization,
socio-economic,
erosion of national
contribute to the
sovereignty,
complex landscape of global
exploitation of
security.
labor, and the risk of
However,
prioritizing
opinions on
economic
the
interests
relationship
over
between
democratic
globalization and the
values.
war on terror vary, and not everyone agrees that one necessarily fits the other.
Pros and cons. Globalization requires war on terror. So the first one is the pros. So international collaboration against terrorism. Crucial for a unified response, international collaboration against terrorism involves coordinated efforts, information sharing, and joint action to enhance global security. So the second one is the technological advancements and intelligence sharing. Harnessing technological advancement amplifies intelligence capabilities, fostering efficient sharing of critical information among nations in the fight against terrorism. So the cons. The first one is the economic interest fueling conflict. So economic interests can sometimes act as a catalyst for in conflict as competition over resources or trade routes may escalate tensions among nations. So the last one is the civil liberties erosion. Addressing security concerns may lead to the erosion of civil liberties as governments might implement stricter measures impacting individual freedoms in the name of public safety.